to the We Love Wrestling spot. I'm Terry. I'm with Danielle from the Pretty Hills, and today we are with an East Coast girl with a West Coast soul. She's wrestling out here. You can find her on Instagram as Wrestlebae. Her name is Vanity. How you doing today, Vanity?
Hey, what's good?
I'm doing. I'm all right. I asked my first question, which I always ask people, is why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
I always loved sports. I was always a tomboy, playing hide and go seek outside, getting dirty with the boys. I was always with the boys. But I don't know. It's just when it comes to sports and emotions, I love sports, but nothing really like intrigued me until like, yo, tune in next Monday at 8:00. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be there. And then it was a sport where it was just like backstage stuff was happening. You know who was married to who. And then, China, Triple H, getting to know their names. The Rock coming out and saying, we're in New York City. It's like, oh, okay, they're in New York. Oh, that's The Rock. Oh, that's Stone Cold. And just getting engaged with my emotions and wrestling. Like I could put two together. And then when I saw Jackie and like women can actually do this, there was more women coming in. Not just valets, but they were getting in the ring. So it just kept me tuning in back and back and back. So that's what wrestling does to you.
Oh, so you talk about your memories. Then you saw Miss Jackie. Is she a reason why you started wrestling yourself?
Yeah, she's one of the reasons. Like back then, I didn't see that many women of color at all. And I remember watching Lita come down, and I was like, yo. First of all, like before Lita was China. So I was like, yo, she's brolic. She has her own look. She's with the boys. I want to be that. But then I saw Lita come down and she was with S.A. Rios and, they had ethnic girls come in. Then I saw Jackie was there longer than Lita. And I'm like, why are they hiding the good ones? Like, oh my God. And then Jazz came down and then we had like Charmel and, it was growing and growing. And I'm like, yo, I can do this. I can do it. Like, Mom, I'm going to do this. So it just grew on me. As the business was growing, I was growing. I was in it. I was like, I can do it. I can do it. My dream was getting bigger.
Okay. So where are you located? I heard you say brolic. Where are you from?
Oh, gosh. I was born in New York, like Nyack, New York. I moved to Jersey, which I live at right now. And then I moved to West Palm Beach, Florida. Like I graduated there. So I'm like from all over.
Oh, okay. East Coast. Okay. Danielle, you got some questions?
I wanted to, I know you kind of touched on it, but I wanted you to talk a little bit more about like the specifics of the influence that women that you got to see on TV had on maybe what your dreams were and then maybe what your wrestling style is now.
My dream was just to get into wrestling any way that I can. Like, I know in training class, they always tell you to treat it like a match, not like your first WrestleMania match or something. But my first match was my WrestleMania match. I went out there and I was like, I'm excited. My family was there to support me, which I didn't have support in the beginning. And I just, it just grew into me more. I'm like, you know what? These WrestleMania moments for me are going to continue and I'm going to keep going and going. I didn't know where I was going, but I had to just develop a style that I can work with. And then I had to find my people in wrestling too. Actually, they found me because they were just like, there's some girl out in New Jersey, guys. All the bookings, like they literally is help from my fans because they're just like, you need to get out there. And then I started meeting like Tessa and then Jordan and then Maria Manic. And then, I became best friends with Casey. And I'm just like, wow, this thing keeps growing. If these girls are going, I'm going to keep going. But then the fans started getting a little vocal. And I'm just like, wow, the love for it is just crazy. And especially women's wrestling, like, man, it makes me want to cry sometimes because, like, I see Sasha Banks, like, get emotional. But, yo, we doing it. And especially women of color. Like, we are here, yo.
So Terry is I don't know if you noticed his face change. He's a huge Sasha Banks fan. See, he couldn't even.
I couldn't even get.
So you made his day
Oh my
when you just
God.
said that. You made his day. Look how he's blushing. He just turned deep red.
Yo, why you call me out like that? You know. So
No,
since we
because
on,
believe it or not, I mean, he doesn't talk much about, like, Terry doesn't talk much generally, so this is, like, these type of things are huge.
Yeah.
But he's a huge supporter of women's wrestling. So he's an avid, you go to a lot of Shimmer shows. He goes to a lot of Shimmer shows.
Oh, yeah.
Shimmer,
Yeah.
Rise, you know, because it's in Chicago. I like to go support them. I've been going since about 2014, and they always send a thing in the mail to remind me. So, you know, it's always good to go support women's wrestlers. So, speaking of supporting women's wrestlers, you named a lot of them. Is there a match you had with anybody that, you know, you just was like, okay, this right here, I'm finding my purpose wrestling. I'm gonna keep going, you know.
I've had pretty good matches in the beginning of my career with a lot of I guess names now that are on TV, but it's just that I would like to see more of them. I don't like just one matches, you know what I'm saying? Like they only just had one match, but I see them all the time on the road. Like the last time I was in a ring with Tessa was 2014. Like for a tag match, and I'm like, man, girl, we see each other in the back like, yo, one day we're gonna have that one-on-one, right? One day we're gonna have that one-on-one. I've been in the ring with Jordan Grace, Maria Manic. I've been in the ring with Lufisto. She's a beast. I love her. I would love to get in the ring with Kiera Hogan. I've been in the ring with Deanna, Tasha Steeles, Karen Q, Chelsea Green, a lot of women. It's just that it only happened once, or it wasn't on YouTube. So it was just like, what was the point of that? We didn't record the history. Like, we have to record these things, not just to flaunt to the fans. It's not about flaunting. Like, we did it. Let's see what we could do with the second match. Let's see if we could top this.
Okay.
Are you still currently the BCW Women's Champion?
Yep. She's hanging out. She's hanging out underneath the TV over there.
Yeah,
Bree combination. You the champ?
Yes. Yeah.
You the women's champ? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Can we see the belt? Can you bring the belt out?
Yeah. Hold on 1 minute. I gotta get my phone to charge.
She got a belt. She the champion. We got to see the belt, people. We gonna have we got to. I mean, the belt is there. There is the belt. We had to ask for the belt. So I got to ask. I know a little bit about BCW. You know, I've seen some of your matches. You got anybody who's coming for your belt that you're looking at, that you're watching? All of them.
All of them. You know, even the boys. When I won this, I even went after the boys. I'm like, hey, I know you guys try to look cute and it's wrestling, but I'm ready. I'm more ready than the male champ. Like, and I'm even looking at him like, I'm ready for you too. Like, I'm ready to take your belt. I am a wrestler. Like, we are just wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a great thing, but I'm coming for it all.
I'm here for all that.
Yeah, I'm coming for it all. This really makes you feel like Ric Flair sometimes, but yeah, like it just makes you, it motivates you too. Like, man, all right, we gotta go harder and harder.
Now, in this, we're going through a pandemic right now. Have you been doing shows, or do you have any shows coming up?
I was supposed to do one. I was supposed to do one last Friday, but I was not feeling good at all. And it was a small little show, and I'm happy that the fans had a really good time. I actually messaged some of them to see how the show was going, how the girls were going.
Now, I'll go ask this question.
Okay.
I know you love wrestling and everything, but what are some of your other hobbies that you do? I want to get to know the champ right now. So, you know.
Other hobbies? Oh,
yeah.
gosh. This is probably really geeky, but right now I'm into like tarot cards and crystals and healing and, you know, all that good jazz.
Chakras and all that.
Chakras, yeah. I've been getting in tune with myself because, I mean, it's quarantine, and from the stuff that has been happening to me like the past couple of months, I think this is like the perfect time for healing. That's why I called off my last match, respectfully. It's just I was just not there. But yeah, I'm into crystals, chakras, and healing your heart, healing your mind. I am a pole dancer. That's probably one thing. I actually go to the studio and I do ballet also. And I just meet up with other girls and we just let it loose in a dance studio, get lit, and that's it.
Oh, I love it.
So not only do you wrestle, you can dance, and
I can dance, yeah.
And you're can you do I see the people, they always got
Like the handstand.
Yeah, on the pole and everything. You able to do all
I
that?
I can, but my shoulder like gives out because of wrestling. I
Okay.
landed on my neck pretty bad. I can do some stuff, but I can't put too much weight on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle, you got any last questions?
So I guess the last questions, just to close it out, would be, what do you foresee? I mean, you know, I know that we're still in a pandemic and things are slowly opening up. And we hope that we kind of can continue to progress towards what we consider normalcy. But like, what do you foresee in your future as far as wrestling? Like, or what do you have? What are some of your aspirations and goals, putting Corona season aside?
Honestly, what's been on my mind is the Mae Young Classic. Like, just any debut anywhere that I can show my face, because I know that crowd's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Not to toot my own horn, but like, you know, everybody's worked so hard to get to where they want. So I'm just gonna let my time come, and when I do, they better have a fire extinguisher. But yeah, like the Mae Young Classic, or even just being on Raw. I've been backstage like a couple times, but just to be in the ring, that's all I want. And as AEW, of course. Okay. I love AEW. Before my ex passed away, like we spoke about AEW, WWE, even WCW a lot, and most of our boys have made it everywhere, but AEW was just like, hey, you know, like that's where he wanted to go, and I'm just like, it would be amazing since he did pass away, like just to one time be in AEW or wherever. But yeah, AEW, just anywhere, but AEW, just one match there is all I want, and I would be so satisfied with life.
Oh, so just one match on AEW or one match on AEW Dark? I mean,
it doesn't even matter. Get me in the ring there. Like that's what Maddie wanted, and you know, House of Glory. You ever heard of House of Glory?
Yeah, we know all about House of Glory and Maddie.
So like, yeah, that's where he's from. That's where he was trained under Amazing Red, and I never got to be in a House of Glory ring yet. And I do respect the guys, but yeah, AEW was where he wanted to go, and I would just love to share the ring where he would want to be or where he was, because I was in a lot of women's promotions, and just, you know, yeah, it's close. It's wrestling. It's always gonna hit home. But yeah, AEW, all of them, they are helping diversify everything that we've been fighting for, you know? Like, I don't know how I would feel if I would never find a person like me or even like my brother on any of these platforms. I'd be like, where are we? But now that the indies, even in the indies, I was looking for like Black girls, Latina girls, you know, Asian girls. I was looking for all of them. Then Ariel Monroe pops up, and I was like, yo, you look like me. Then we have, you know, Aja Pereira. We have MJ Jenkins. We have Sonia Strong. The girls from House of Glory. I'm like, yo, there's mad diverse girls. And yo, 2021, yo, they ain't ready.
I love it.
Sonia Strong is also one of my top 15.
That's my girl. That's my
is she?
That's my girl. Yo, we tagged.
Let me calm down.
We had a tag match in December, and we was so on point. I was like, why aren't we a tag team? Like, I'd be getting mad. Yeah, my BX
Strong
baby.
Army, you know what I'm saying? I mess with it.
BX.
Before we get out of here,
yes.
Nah, I'm not gonna ask that. Okay. But can you let people know where they can reach you at on social media, where they can find you?
Yes, guys, you can find my tag. My URL is always Wrestlebae, except for on Twitter. It's Wrestlebae with an underscore after Wrestlebae. But yeah, you can Google me, anything Wrestlebae all day, every day.
Wrestlebae all day, hey, you should start. Do you say that in your promos? Wrestlebae all day, every day.
No, I don't.
Hey, you should start saying that'd be lit. Well,
Terry working, his wheels is turning in his head.
Right.
I got hype. I always see the name and I be like Wrestlebae. I be like, I ain't never heard nobody say Bay with like Wrestlebae. So it shoots out to you when you see it. But thank you, Vanity, for joining us today, giving us this little spotlight so we can let more people know about you. Continue wrestling, continue doing the things you do, continue your love of wrestling. We appreciate you and we thank you for doing what you're doing. I'm Terry with Danielle from the Pretty Heels, and like we always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet.
Too sweet. Woo!
My name is the Queen Bee, Brooke Valentine, and if I